And then we need to actually connect this all to the server where it can actually process this wireless sensor data. So before that, we actually see we need to have an encrypted information to travel to. We need security on this network. So we build up an authentication server over here. So what it does is it actually authenticates the sensors, the gateway, and the users who are going to use the system. So this is what it actually connects to it, and then we actually have a secure connection to the server. And this information received at the server can be processed and analyzed, and then the user actually can visualize these things, and it can actually manage those sensors. It can store the data information from this, and it can actually produce a visualized data from this. And then we have the information is this processed data can be used by the other, more like we could say the value-added services to really work on. And then we have the normal users like us who can actually retrieve this information, or actually we can process our information to the system. So here we can actually post in our information to the server which can actually analyze the system. And what will be the obtained results for this? We have a real-time sensing information and the visual analysis and the existing resource utilization and maintaining these networks. And again, as compared this to bring up the enhanced capacity utilization is like using the wireless networks already available in the society. And then this thing is digitization and again the acquisition for these sensor networks. And the main concept is to really get in mobility to this system. So what we do here is now we go for the demo, and we will actually, Sam will visualize how the system really works on, and then they will really assist in that part. Thank you.
Thank you, Harper. Yes. Like we've heard, the system actually has a couple of components which made up the general system, and in the next couple of minutes, I and Nadim will be showing some of these, the demonstration. This is the home page for the project, and we've designed a couple of stops that allowed us to do some simulation. For instance, the gateway simulation, which we used during the course of the development of this project. We have the mobile stop as well. But for the backend view and the features that are kind of generic for this system, we have the sensor visualization, which is more like a system that enables us, or features that enable us to determine what the state of sensors are. Imagine when we have a number of sensors being deployed in the field, it's more important for us to know what sensors are active and which ones are not active. For these features, it enables us to see which one of the sensors is faulted and which one is currently active. And we have 3 different states: the fully active state, the partial state, and the faulted state. And as you can see, the one that sends data within the last 1 hour is fully active. The one that sends within the next 4 to 6 hours is partially active. And the one that doesn't send for greater than 6 hours is more like faulted. And you can see here, most of them sent less than 2 minutes ago. All right. So the next feature is the monitor, which shows the value of the sensors or sense data on the map. We thought of the best way to represent the sense data from the sensors, and we thought of the visual map. And also we thought of, we have the graph view. Now we're using the live data from the gateway, and it's more like the grid scenario. It's that's why we have it more of a straight line, because it's kind of consistent. But right now we have the live update, which updates almost every 1 minute to show us the current data being received from the gateway. And we can actually have more than one sensor display at the same time. For instance, if we want to have this value, and we have the sensor ID 2 and sensor ID 6 being displayed. And that's for the live update. We can actually disable the live updates and select the range. For instance, if we want values for the last 1 month on the server, we can actually make a call for that and generate the graph view for that. And this is what it looks like. And as well, we can actually have manual selection in which you input the date. Let's say we want data for 1st of November to 2nd of November and we want to generate for this. It should almost be like the same data. And these are pretty much like the features we have to show what's being stored on the backend server. And Nadim will go ahead to show us what's the mobile functionality is all about. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. As you know that traditional sensors networks are usually a bit expensive. You can maintenance and deployment cost increases as and when you increase the services. But there are a few services which you can manage in your handheld devices and maybe make use of some sensors like location-based sensors, temperature sensor which we don't have right now on the device. So the reason for this is to have a device, a tool, a mobile device tool when their engineers are on the field. And these services can be used to process data, send and receive the data. So as you see that now I have logged into the system, and then now I have the list of sensors here. And I have the available list of sensors from 1 to 20, and I can see the sensor details. And the thing is, the sensor, the temperature is shown, and the longitude and latitude value is shown. So now if the value is 30 and 24, that's the reason it's either mapped and it goes to a weird location, if you see. So we don't know that, but then what we can do is also we can see the current GPS location as well, so that you can compare it within your places. So that's one of the reasons to have GPS location as well. Here. And then we also have this facility of sending the information to the server, apart from receiving. We can send the sensor ID, gateway ID and stuff. Suppose if I enter 1 and 2, and then the location sensor takes care of the value of the existing longitude and latitude. Then I put in the temperature 45, 35, and then I submit the information, and it gives me the information is successfully submitted. So this is one of the demonstrations for the handheld. And now I switch back to the presentation where we showed the infrastructure architecture of the functional architecture. But then we are now going to divide this architecture into different components where we have gateway, we have handheld team, and we have the server team.